This video is for those of you who are trying to gain weight. You need extra mass. You need a little more fat. If you're not trying to gain weight, this video is not for you because this entire video is on weight gain. So if you're not trying to gain weight, find something else to do because this video will be a waste of time for you. Now, those of you who are trying to gain weight, I know you think I've been neglecting you, but there's just not a lot of information that I could give that's on weight gain. Like, I've made a couple of videos on it, but it's just, it comes down to eating and weight training. That's basically it, unless there's a medical issue going on, and then that's not even a video for me to do. You would need to speak with a doctor. So I did a little research the other day because I know it was due for another weight gain video. So I did some research the other day because I did a video, and I basically, like a year or two ago, basically telling women how I gained weight. Because I used to be really skinny myself. Like, I was not always this thick. So I've had a problem with eating when I was younger, and sometimes I still do now. So I decided to do some research and try to figure out what type of medications that I've taken over, and this has been so long ago. Like, when I'm saying so long ago, this has been at least 15 to 20 years ago when I was skinny and I was trying to gain weight. So you have to forgive me if I don't remember every single detail, but I did some research and I figured out some of the medications I took when I was smaller. Now, these medications are medications that you have to get from a doctor. You cannot walk in a store and get these medications. You have to get them prescribed, and it's up to the doctor whether the doctor will give them to you or not. Because some of you are underweight. I agree, some of you are, but some of you are not. If you're thinking that just as, it's basically, it's up to the doctor. There's no use of me going in all into detail because it's really up to the doctor. And they'll probably go by the BMI chart. Most doctors do. And they'll determine whether you're underweight. I was diagnosed as being underweight, so I know it wouldn't have been a problem back then for me to get medications. Now, these medications, it was 3 medications that I took. No, all of them didn't work. I only really spoke on one because that was the one that worked for me. Now, I'm not saying the other 2 do not work, because I guess they wouldn't have them if they wasn't working. They're working for someone. Everyone is different, so just because it didn't work for me doesn't mean it may not work for you. Now, the 3 medications are, and I think I'm pronouncing them correctly, so forgive me if I'm not pronouncing them correctly, but one of them was called Megace, and that's M-E-G-A-C-E. Megace. It was like a liquid. It didn't come in pills. It was like a liquid in a bottle that the doctor prescribed. The next one was Marinol. And I'll put the name of these medicines so you can do your own research and you'll know what to take to the doctor. But the next one was Marinol. And it was, I think, a derivative or something from, or like a man-made marijuana or something. And you know how they always say marijuana makes people hungry. So that was the next medicine. Now that was, it was pills. It was pills, and I remember it being really, really expensive. Now, the reason I didn't have to pay for it at the time, like I said, I was really underweight. So at the time, my health care, my insurance paid for it. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was like $200 per prescription. So it was really, really expensive. The Megace, I don't remember how. I remember the Marinol being crazy expensive. I think like $200. But the Megace, like I said, was liquid, and I don't know whether that was as expensive or not. But I know my healthcare insurance paid for it. Now, the last one was the one that I've spoke on. I just could never remember the name of it. Was Perry Acton. That's the brand name. The generic name was, and I don't know whether I'm pronouncing this correctly, it was cyproheptadine. And that's the generic name of it. Now, those were little white tablets. Those are the ones that's actually worked for me. Those are the ones that had me eating like crazy. Had me eating like crazy. So those are the three that I've tried over the, like back when I was skinny. And that was forever, back in caveman days. But those are the ones that I've taken, and like I said, 2 of them didn't. I don't remember really working for me, but that last one, the Periactin, that is the one that gave me the appetite. Now, let me tell you a little something about this weight gain thing. The pill itself, the medication that the doctor gave me, they do not make you gain weight. It's what they do to your body that makes you gain weight. They make you hungry. So don't think you'll take one of these pills or drink the liquid and you're going to all of a sudden gain weight, because it doesn't work like that. What it does is these medications gives you an appetite. It makes you hungry. So therefore you go out and eat, and the food is what gives you the calories and the weight gain. So remember, you can't just sit around and take these pills and think you're going to gain weight, or the liquid, because it doesn't work like that. Now, the second thing is, this is the funny part. Just because you're gaining weight doesn't mean it's going to go in the right areas of your body. Everyone gains weight differently. I was just thankful that I gained most of my weight in my lower body, and some in my stomach, some in my arms, but most of the weight went in my lower body. It doesn't work like that for everybody. So be very cautious on when you start gaining weight, because it could easily go all to your stomach. It could easily go to your back, your shoulders, your neck. You know, you don't want to walk around looking like a football player with the 30-inch back and a 40-inch neck, because that's where the weight could go. So you need to monitor where this weight is going when you start eating and when you start gaining weight. Now, the next thing, you can control when you're exercising. That's why I say make sure you exercise, because when you're doing resistance training and working out and gaining muscle, you can basically control where that goes, but you can't control where fat goes. Fat goes where it want to go. You can't tell fat where to go, but with muscle, at least you can pick what areas you want to get bigger. So if you want your butt to get bigger, you go and you work on your butt. You want your arms to get bigger with exercise, you go and work on your arms. So remember that. Don't start getting upset when you're gaining weight and it does not look right, because everyone doesn't look right with all this extra weight. So just keep that in mind. Another thing, when you're gaining this weight, I would say, if the doctor decides to give you this prescription for these medications, I would say prepare yourself for it. Go out and do your grocery shopping and only put the healthy things in your kitchen. Because if this medication works for you, you're going to be extremely hungry a lot. And so you don't want to make the wrong food choices. So make sure you go grocery shopping and put the right things in your refrigerator and your pantry. Then you don't have to worry about eating all the bull crap, because you don't want a lot of empty calories, which is the calories that don't provide no type of nutrients for the body. So you don't want to go from being underweight, which is, I agree, is a problem, to being your correct weight, but now you having to deal with heart disease or high blood pressure or high cholesterol or, diabetes because you ate all the wrong food. So now you cleared up one problem. You cleared one problem of being underweight. Now you're the right weight, but now you're dealing with life-threatening diseases. So be really mindful because it'll be excessively stupid to go and eat all of this crazy stuff. And now you're dealing, well, you may be the right size now, but now you're having to take medications and you're having to go back and forth to the doctor and you're sick all the time because you ate the wrong things. I'm not saying that a bag of chips or a candy bar or ice cream is horrible for you all the time. It's okay, but most of us don't know how to put that stuff in moderation and how to make it work within our lives. Because I still eat ice cream. I eat pork. I eat bacon. I eat potato chips. I eat that stuff. But I know how to eat it that works for me. So I'm not telling you to stop eating every single thing. I'm telling you to know what your thresholds are when it comes to your own body. Because just because someone else can eat something doesn't mean you can eat the same thing and you're going to be okay. You got to learn what works for you. So those are the things I wanted to talk about with this weight gain thing. Just make sure you're eating the right foods. Make sure you're monitoring where your weight gain is going. You definitely don't want it around your midsection because that's when it starts causing health problems. If anything, you want it to go in your lower body. And I can feel those of you who need to gain weight because I was in the same boat and I was miserable. So, being overweight can be a doozy, just like being underweight can be a doozy. So, one is no worse than the other. So do what works for you, but this is the video I wanted to make to help those of you who are suffering from being underweight, because I definitely can relate to it because I've went through it several times. So I think that's all I needed to talk about in this video. Make sure you're working out. Continue to work out. You want to not only eat, because in order to get the type of body you want, you have to eat the right things, and you have to work out. And you need to do resistance training, which is the lifting weights and things like that. I wouldn't say skip cardio altogether because we all need cardio, but you may need to limit some of the cardio you're doing for a while if you're trying to gain weight. Any questions, hit me up. But good luck to those of you who's trying to gain weight. And like I said, these medicines are prescription medicines, so you will have to speak with your doctor. Whether your doctor give them to you or not would be completely up to the doctor. They may give them to you and they may not. But do your own research. Get on the internet, do your research on the medications, and any questions you have about these medications, you need to speak with your doctor. Now, something about weight gain you can talk to me about, but anything about these medications, how to take them, when to take them, the side effects, anything, you need to speak with your doctor. That's the best way. Don't talk to no one else. Speak with your doctor, because the doctor has the last say so. Okay, that's it. Have a great day. Talk to you later.